Hello, today I would like to present you this absolutely beautiful 4-stroke gas generator from brand called Parkside that I'm just trying to fix. And here you've got the model number. It is a 4-stroke inverter base, and as you can see here we've got the inverter. This is not AVR, this is a proper inverter board. What I can see and is beautiful is that capacitor that is not potted, so we've got a good access to replace it, because I would say that that's going to be the first part that will fail in the inverter board. And I managed to purchase it for a 20 euro, and that's because it is a broken device with no spark. So I'm trying to investigate it. How to check that you do not have spark? You are removing your spark plug just like this. You are plugging it to the high voltage connector, and you are grabbing piece of wire and connecting it to the metal chassis, and you are pulling your starter, and of course you are switching it on the front panel, and you should get a spark. And in my case I didn't have it. Then I was making assumption that maybe our coil is being damaged, and it is not, because we've got it constantly grounded, like we would have enabled our kill switch. Since I know for a fact that our switch was working properly, the only thing that can go wrong is our float oil level sensor that looks like this. And I was following that lead, and it is connected here. I unplug it just like that. I connected multimeter to those pins, and I was measuring short, which was meaning that we are grounding our high voltage transformer to the chassis, and we are preventing our generator from running. So I know that we've got problem with this device, and I assume that it's going to be stuck or broken. So I drain it from oil, and here we've got the old oil, and it was accepting 250 milliliter, and for my eye it was like a little bit too much. But I drain it, I remove it, and I start probing it up, and I discover something very interesting. And our float sensor can detect too low and too high level of oil, and both of those conditions are going to be preventing your generator from running. So here, like this is the bottom. If you do not have enough oil, the float is on the bottom and it is shorted and it's preventing from running. Then when you've got the correct level, it is in the middle, like here, and it's working fine. And if you overfill it, it's once again go into fault condition, and it is preventing from running. So someone overfill it, and that's the reason why I managed to get it so cheap. And for compare, this is how 250 mil should looks like. And let me create test setup so you can see that in action. Here you will be able to see how the system works. So we've got the too high level of oil. I'm pulling it. We've got nothing. Then I go to the middle. I will try to gas, and we should get a spark. And I can see it. And then the third level, which is too low. We've got no spark. Let me put back our float switch. And now we are filling it with the proper amount of oil. We are going to be adding our cap, and by use of multimeter we are going to be checking our float switch, and I will show you how. I deeply believe that documentation do not state correctly the oil level. In the manual we've got 250 milliliters, and this is exactly amount that I put in. Here I measure water, I mark the 250 ml mark, and then fill it with oil. But after putting those 250 ml, it didn't work and it was totally shorted. So I start removing the oil, and this is what left. And now when we unplug our sensor, we grab multimeter, we go to the ohm, to the continuity, and when I measure those two exposed wires that are located here, it is properly open, as it should be, because it's acting as a kill switch. So let me put it back. Let's check, can we see our spark? And looks like it's presenting absolutely beautifully. Let's give it a try.